The modern world bombards us with endless demands for our attention, but the key to a meaningful life isn't better time management, it's better filtering. This fundamental shift in perspective challenges the traditional productivity narrative that focuses solely on squeezing more into each day. While self-help books and productivity experts constantly push us to manage time better, they often miss the deeper issue at hand. The core issue isn't a lack of time, but rather the overwhelming flood of tasks, relationships, and distractions that fill our days without adding real value. As Annie Dillard poignantly observed, how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. This simple truth highlights the critical importance of filtering what we allow into our daily experience. When our days become cluttered with noise, our entire lives inevitably follow the same pattern. Think of your attention like a beam of light. When scattered across too many priorities, it becomes dim and ineffective. But when properly filtered and focused, it illuminates everything more clearly. This focused attention transforms ordinary moments. Conversations become deeper, work becomes more meaningful, and genuine presence becomes possible. The quality of our attention directly impacts the quality of our experiences. The filtering process begins with awareness and honest self-assessment. 3 essential questions can guide this evaluation. 1. What truly matters to me right now? 2, what am I doing out of obligation, fear, or habit? 3, what can I remove to create more space for what matters? This isn't just about doing less, it's about being intentional with our choices. Greg McKeown's warning that, if you do not prioritize your life, someone else will, speaks to the importance of active filtering. Without it, we risk living someone else's version of our life, rather than our own. Success should be measured not by how full our schedule looks, but by how aligned our actions feel with our true priorities. The concept extends beyond tasks and activities to encompass relationships. Some connections nourish us, while others drain us. Filtering in relationships requires the courage to set boundaries and potentially disappoint others to maintain our own well-being. The right people will respect these boundaries. Those who don't may need to be filtered out. This isn't about being selfish. It's about practicing discernment in who we allow to influence our lives. Our information diet also requires careful filtering. The constant stream of news, social media feeds, and digital content competes for our mental energy. Most of this information is simply noise that crowds out more meaningful thoughts and experiences. In contrast, moments of silence and stillness can restore clarity and purpose that hours of mindless scrolling destroy. The quality of our mental diet directly affects our ability to think clearly and act purposefully. Seneca's ancient wisdom remains relevant. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. The modern world offers countless sophisticated ways to waste time efficiently, making filtering more crucial than ever. It's the difference between being busy and being purposeful. You can color code your calendar, wake up earlier, and work faster, yet still feel overwhelmed if what you're doing lacks genuine meaning. When we begin to filter our lives effectively, several transformative changes occur. Overwhelming situations begin to simplify. Urgent matters lose their false sense of importance. Pressure gives way to presence. Actions align more closely with values. Mental clarity increases. Meaningful relationships deepen. Work regains its purpose. Focus becomes a spiritual practice. Energy is preserved for what truly matters. The goal isn't to do less for its own sake, but rather to do less of what fragments us and more of what completes us. This shift from time management to meaning curation represents a fundamental change in how we approach life. Time will continue its forward march regardless of our actions. The real question becomes not how to fill it, but what to fill it with. Filtering is ultimately an act of self-respect and discernment. It's about choosing presence over pressure, meaning over motion, and quality over quantity. When we filter effectively, we stop merely reacting to life and begin actively designing it. This creates space for what truly matters, allowing us to live with greater intention and purpose. The practice of filtering requires ongoing attention and refinement. It's not a one-time decision, but a continuous process of evaluating what deserves our energy and attention. As we become more skilled at this practice, we naturally create more space for growth, creativity, and emotional clarity. This is how we move from a life that's full to one that's fulfilling. Remember that filtering isn't about achieving perfect productivity or eliminating all distractions. It's about consciously choosing what deserves our precious attention and energy. By learning to say no to what is merely urgent, we create space to say yes to what is truly essential. This deliberate curation of our life experience leads to greater satisfaction, deeper relationships, and more meaningful achievements. When you begin to filter with intention, you'll notice that life starts to breathe again. The constant pressure of trying to do everything gives way to the peaceful power of doing what matters. This is how we honor our finite energy and create a life that reflects our deepest values, rather than simply responding to external demands. That is it for today. You've been listening to The Guide on the Side, where I share what I'm learning from people, books, and conversations. I hope something here stays with you, sparks a thought, or opens a door. I'm Ivan, and I'll be back soon with more. Until next time, may your days be full of curiosity, and I'll see you in the next episode.